Good morning. Welcome to day 14 of the new 30-30 challenge in the book of Matthew. I chose a couple of verses today that really jumped off the page at me and has a lot to do with my story as well as yours. And I look with anticipation of what God's going to bring with us today. What did you choose? I chose verses 17, 18, and 19. Let me read those to you. "But we have only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. 'Bring them here,' Jesus said. Then he told the people to sit down on the grass. Jesus took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, looked up toward heaven, and blessed them. Then breaking the loaves into pieces, he gave the bread to his disciples, who distributed it to the people." And there were 5,000 men there that day, plus women and children. Quite a large gathering. And it started with just 5 loaves and 2 fish. I want to tell you a short story and show you a short video, a short picture video with some narration over it. I'll take you back to the tornado from March 3rd. On the first day that people could come up and help, a group from the Tennessee PGA office, Clayton Ramadka, Darren Reese, Paul Stanek, Kyle Bachman, Adam Greeno, and many, many, many others, many from In His Grip, Saran Stacy, Steve Chapin, and several others that came up, Mark Hauser, Pat McClarty. Just so thankful for all of these folks. They came up to help. And that day while they were here, Darren Reese just had something put on his heart to want to help. So he decides to go home that night and do a GoFundMe account, and he wanted to raise a modest amount of $500 and try to buy some supplies and some food for us on day 3 to cook for people that were working in my neighborhood. There were some reports that there were 4,000 volunteers a day that had come into my neighborhood that day. There were about 100 homes that were partially or totally destroyed in that tornado, and Darren took it upon himself to do this. So this is a story of Darren's 5 loaves and 2 fish. By the time, I think he'd put a 3-hour limit on the GoFundMe fundraising account, he had raised $2,200. And he went to the store and bought meat, buns, hot dog buns, beans, all of these things that we were going to cook and feed people with, plus supplies, toilet paper, you name it. There was just so much stuff that they brought up here. And that week after that, that 5 loaves and 2 fish turned into a little store, and I actually called it our 5 loaves and 2 fish store, where we were giving away stuff that was donated. Beyond that, hundreds of cases of water were donated. Many food items were donated. And as you'll see in the video, a lot of toilet paper and cleaning supplies were donated for relief efforts. We even had the animal shelter drop by and drop off just a lot of food for animals. And I'm thinking now, I've got a cat, but I just can't imagine somebody needing food. And lo and behold, 30 minutes later, a lady came up and said, we don't really need anything, but we're out of dog food. We don't have any way to get any. Do y'all happen to have any dog food? And we had these big 50-pound bags of dog food. So God truly provided that. Take a look at this video, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Just a few pictures from tornado damage from March 3rd. This is my neighbor's backyard. This is my front yard with a tree down right in the middle of it. My backyard, where there used to be 8 pine trees, now there are none. This is my outbuilding, some of the damage of it that a pine tree did on it. These are the folks from Samaritan's Purse. Some more folks from different groups that came to help us. Our fearless leader of the Tennessee Section PGA, Clayton Ramadka, up in one of my trees. It's all the boys from the Golf House Tennessee group, Chad Anderson, Darren Reese, some more guys from Tennessee PGA and In His Grip. These are some of the products that we had at our store. We had it down on the street for a couple of days. All of this stuff was donated. Started with Darren Reese's idea for a GoFundMe page, $2,200. There's all the missing toilet paper from the county and a couple of workers from my church. What a blessed time. Welcome back. Weren't those pictures telling? Still breaks my heart to see the damage that was done in the neighborhood, but to see the way people responded, the smiles on the Samaritan's Purse workers and the young ladies that came in. I don't even remember the group that they were here from, but they were in my neighbor's yard next door. We were cutting up his trees, and they were hauling the limbs to the road. It was quite incredible, quite an incredible time. But as you can see, might not have been 5 loaves and 2 fish, but it sure seemed like it to us. We had an insurmountable task to try to help feed, and there were many stations within this neighborhood that were trying to do the same thing, and it was just incredible to see. That was our modern day story of this. Let's look into the reveal and see what God revealed to me. I wrote, "We may feel any contribution we have, whether time, talent, or treasure, is meager, but when given to Jesus, his hands will multiply these gifts as he sees need," just like he did with Darren's idea. The implementation, I wrote, "I must be willing to give whatever I have and then allow his hands to bless those gifts and use them for whatever he wills to bring glory to his name." And isn't that truly what it's all about? Everything that we do, it's all about him. It's about bringing glory to him and not sharing that in any way whatsoever. My prayer is, Father, thank you for the front row seat as this played out in my neighborhood. Bless our gifts and use them to glorify your name here on earth. Help us all to believe in the supernatural way that you work. And that's what he's willing to do. He's willing to take our gifts that we bring and lay at the altar and say, Father, this is what I want to give. And this is all I've got. Use it, bless it, bring glory to your name. And that's exactly what he'll do. What verses rose up to you? I'd like to hear those. Reply to the email and send me a note. Let me know. It encourages me greatly to read those, and I'm thankful for those. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow on day 15.